The crypto market has taken a bit of a bump to the upside, including XRP, and XRP has reached our upper areas of expectation. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the technical analysis on XRP, sharing my short to medium time expectations on the next move for the price action. So as I get into today's video, if you do find it useful and informative, smash that like button. If you are new to the channel, subscribe, and let's take a look at what's going on with XRP. So we'll kick things off right here. This is XRP paired up with USDT. We're on the 1 hour Binance chart here. Now, and if you were following the video that we put out a couple of days ago in terms of the kind of trading ideas that I had in my mind, we were looking for this entry here at 52.71, stop loss at 51.89, and take profit at 53.94. Okay, and we can see that this hit profit just a few hours ago at 0100 hours UTC here on Monday the 7th. A great trade opportunity here. So if you did follow along, that was a great way to kind of make some decent profit in the market. Of course, it's not financial advice. I can't give you financial advice, but this is the move that I was expecting for XRP. Now you can see here that we did come up into a higher high, so we're still inside that fourth wave movement, and it is possible that we push up a little bit more into this range of expectation that we had scoped out in that previous video, right? We were looking for a move between the 53.39 and 56.09. Okay, so a pretty nice move, some good profits being dragged out of the market here, so good to see that. I'm going to go ahead and remove this off the chart now, and we can kind of analyze what is going on. So if I zoom out of this just a little bit, you can see that we are still looking for a fifth wave move to the downside to complete out our wave 3 before we get into a bounce back up and then a final move to the downside. As you can kind of see, I put some arrows on here. We're looking for this move from our low range expectations, which we saw earlier on. Around Friday. This was obviously the 51.04 to 51.83, looking for this move to the upside. Then from this move to the upside, we're looking for this move to the downside. Now, depending on how high we go, it will lower our expectations. Okay, so I drew these on with the expectation of this move playing out way before we actually saw any of these price actions. So we were kind of assuming that we'd see 49.35 to 50.84, but obviously that's going to be adjusted in line with our expectations here. So at the moment, you can see that we were consolidating around, finding support on the 50 simple day moving average, resistance on the 50 exponential moving average here on the 1 hour time frame, and we can see we've had a bit of a break to the upside. Now this move to the upside is an impulsive break, so we are looking for 5 waves here, and it does look like we're in the little wave 4 before we get in that little push a little bit higher. Okay, so a few things I want to break down here because it can be a little bit complicated. This is why I put together the Elliott Wave Theory course, and it kind of shows you what all the expectations are. So let's go ahead and take a look at whether or not this reaches those expectations that we have, right? So here we can see 1.618 was hit. Okay, so it's an impulsive move. We're looking for a wave 4, which looks to me like we're in that middle of that move right now. We'll go ahead and pull that in here. We can look for a move and a continuation of this move, I should say, to the upside to come in between 54.59 and 54.83. So a little move to the upside. Of course, if we wanted to trade it, we could, of course, be looking at a long position somewhere around here. Stop loss lower than that previous swing low. We'll look for 1.5 on the risk reward ratio. It does kind of get us into that range, but it's a little bit on the risky side, but you can kind of see there is the opportunity for a bit of a trade there if we wanted to. Now, if I take off all the fibs and all that noise, we take a look at the kind of bigger picture here. It's possible that this is a wave 3, and that will be measured based on this move right here. We go ahead and pull that to this low. You can see 1.618 has been hit. So it's possible that we're in a 5-wave move here as well. 1, 2, all of this is wave 3. We're going down for 4, up into 5, reaching that upper area of expectation. This is then where I think things really start to finish off that kind of fourth wave movement in line with those expectations that we have. Okay, now if I zoom out far enough on this, we know that this wave 4 can't breach higher than 57.78. That would break our structure. Okay, so we want to be aware of that, but for the most part we are tracking quite nicely towards the 200 hourly EMA. So I expect some volatility here. Don't think we're necessarily ready to short. Of course we could short the market, but I don't think we're ready for that. We are looking for this wave 4 to push up towards 200 EMA, which will lower our target range on this low point. Okay, so now we can go ahead with all of this kind of new information at our fingertips and assume that we are going to push up in towards that 200 EMA. So I'm going to put this at about 55.35 for now, and we'll adjust this at a slightly later date. That puts our next move to the downside being between 50.02 and 48.48. Okay, so there's an interesting kind of place right inside here for for the price action. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the fibs off there so you can kind of see that's where our fifth wave is likely to head, which is our wave 3, before we get into that next big kind of leaf rally and then that final kind of move to the downside. This is unfortunately a bit of a bearish breakdown for XRP, and it's been tracking this quite beautiful movements. So we can track this a little bit more. Relief rally is still working up. Unless we cross higher than 57.78, it's basically still a bearish structure, and a bearish breakdown is what we should be expecting. And so what we're looking for here, like I said, is we can either think about those long positions, although I wouldn't necessarily think that's a wisest of ideas. Obviously, we did rally up into our range of expectation on the long. That's great. That's fine. It played out. But now we're here. The market can reverse on us very quickly. So I want to be aware of that. But if we wanted to, we can think about long positions. We can think about maybe pushing the take profit towards the 200 EMA. Tight stop loss, probably lower than the 50 EMA, 50 SMA scenario. And in case you look for 1.5 risk reward ratio. In this particular case, in this particular example here, we would be looking at 53.98 as the entry, 55.26 as the take profit, and 51.13 for the stop loss. Okay, but that's not necessarily the preferred option. I would be more inclined to be thinking about the short positions where we look for a stop loss above the 200 EMA. And of course, targeting down into that lower range of expectation down here. Of course, we could even put the stop loss above the previous wave 1 low point at 57.78. So basically stop loss at 57.88, for example. And you can see here, this is still a 1.5 risk reward ratio with take profit at 49.64. So again, this could be a really good entry point for a short position that lasts a little while. Ultimately, from a trading point of view, I do want to kind of point out that this is a bearish structure. It's a bearish breakdown pattern that is still very much valid. Okay, now the only way that this breaks is higher than 57.78, and so being lower than the 200 EMA as well as this bearish pattern, the trade opportunity should be the main trade opportunity should be a short position, but you want to make sure you adhere to proper risk management, all the kind of usual stuff. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor, I can't give financial advice, but in my opinion, the trading opportunity for XRP is actually short, although I do expect us to move up for better entries on that short. So possibly we can go long towards the 200 EMA, but the main trade, the main opportunity, I think, for XRP is to actually short XRP's price action. Okay, so that's going to be kind of where my expectations are from the trading opportunities on the 1 hour time frame. And talking about trading, Blowfin are at it again. If you're looking for a chance to score some serious USDT rewards, you've come to the right place. Blowfin, the cryptocurrency exchange, is hosting a fantastic promotion where you can grab your share of a massive 100,000 USDT prize pool. Yes, you heard that right, 100,000 USDT up for grabs. Blowfin is welcoming new users in the best way possible. If you sign up on their platform and start trading, you'll be eligible to get a slice of that 100,000 USDT prize pool. Imagine diving into trading and getting a chance to win some of that sweet USDT just for being active on their platform. Here's how you can get in on the action. Step 1, click the referral link in the description to sign up to Blowfin. Step 2, once you've signed up, start trading on the platform. Step 3, by participating in trades, you'll be in the running to claim a part of that 100,000 USDT prize pool. It's that easy. So don't wait around. If you're thinking about getting into trading or looking for a new exchange to try out, now is the perfect time to make your move. Use the link in the description down below to sign up to Blowfin, start trading, and get your chance to get hold of some of that USDT. Okay, and of course, if you do want to know all the terms and conditions for Blowfin, all the terms and conditions can be found in the link in the description down below. Obviously, this is not affiliated with YouTube. It's not affiliated with Cheeky Crypto. This is something that Blowfin are doing specifically. So do go ahead and check out the links in the description. Check out all the terms and conditions, all the jurisdictions, all the ways that you can take part in some of those promotions. Okay, cool. So our hourly chart is what it is. It's looking very, very neat. Let's roll this up into a daily time frame. Our daily time frame, you can see here the WXY truncating and falling short of the larger moves, which were 75 to 85 cent. This reversal pattern obviously coming on the fundamental side of the appeal from the SEC. If of course we see developments there that are more positive, we might see this reversal pattern as potentially a running flat situation. A running flat situation would be something to this effect, where we have the A, the B, and the C structure, like so. This could be a running flat, meaning that we still have the breakout to 75 to 85 cents. Okay, but that's getting close to invalidation. And then, of course, there is still that rogue possibility of a irregular flat correction, where we do exceed lower than that previous origin of the depth of the A wave, I should say. Okay, so we can't rule those out as bullish potential breaks, but the only way I think that we have that pattern playing is if we get positive news from the SEC versus Ripple case, and whether that appeal gets overturned or something to that effect, right? But for now, considering the market mechanics, kind of what's going on with BTC and the broader economic climate, the geopolitical tensions, the US election, the SEC versus Ripple, the SEC internal dynamics as well, like politics behind who's resigning and all that. There's a lot going on. There's lots of things that can move this needle. The technical analysis shows that the traders and the holders are concerned. Okay, but that sentiment can shift and can change. And that's why it's important to note that the Elliott wave theory, the psychology of this, tracks three different distinct possibilities here. Okay, and we don't know which one is the most probable just yet. They all kind of have their own weights to them. The running flat, which is the one you see here with a potential bottom being found, and now we just have a bullish break to the upside. Pure hope in my opinion, but it's a possible scenario. We then have, of course, the irregular flat correction, more of a bearish breakdown in the short term, but the long term we still are on track for a bullish breakout. And then, of course, we have just the bearish breakdown where we look for a minimum of an A, B, C structure like this. Okay, so these are the three different patterns that can play out here on the daily time frame. Now, our momentum is shifting upwards, so it's an indication that we are not seeing the kind of level of selling pressure that we would normally expect for mass panic. So the market is not in a panic state, but there are low liquidity issues, and there are some fundamental things going on in the background that are causing some traders to lose faith. And there's also still pockets of hope out there, which is why you see that the market is reacting the way that it is. So on the daily time frame, there is still a lot to play for here. The bulls can, of course, see those breakouts towards the 75 to 85 cents. And of course, we still have the bears also in current control of the situation, looking to take this price action down a little bit lower. As it sits today, the market overall is still just within its range. And we've spoken about this on so many occasions. Basically, we are trading between the low range of 33.46 to 36.16 and the slightly higher range between 66.13 and 75 cents. Essentially, every time we come up to the higher range, we dump, and we can see that 3 times already, actually 4 times already. And every time we come down to the lower range, which we've seen 3 times as well, we basically rally. Okay, so the price action has just been stuck in this range for quite some time, pretty much since late 2023. It's been just stuck here. Okay, so for the most part, XRP is kind of just behaving as we've kind of been expecting. We were hoping for a bigger break to the upside. The reversal pattern is real, and for now, we need to be really cautious. We're lower than the 200-day EMA, which you can see here is the white line coming through the chart. That's going to be our major resistance. That's currently sat at 55.48. Okay, so again, if we were to trade it, we'll be looking for trading the daily time frame with an entry around that 200 EMA, stop loss probably higher than the 50 SMA, and target out 1.5 on the risk reward ratio for a nice bit of healthy profit. And that 1.5, guys, it's basically just testing the previous swing lows. So in this particular example, you can see here entry would be 55.22 with a stop loss up in that slightly higher range at 57.62 with take profit at 51.62. Okay, 1.5 risk reward ratio, a nice little way to potentially short the market here on the rejection of the 200 EMA. Likewise, if we do get a couple of closed positions above that 200 EMA and we see a bullish break to the upside, we want to be then thinking about tight stop loss and targeting out the previous areas of resistance, which to me look like they're going to be in and around this range here. We could probably stretch to a 2.0 risk reward ratio with an entry just above the 200 EMA hypothetically at 55.84, stop loss at 54.3, and take profit up there at the 58.92. Okay, so we're either going to see rejection or break out from the 200 EMA, and you can trade it either way. Okay, so for XRP, it's a very interesting place that it finds itself in. But for the most part, it's actually not as bad as some people are making out. But I do expect to see a lot more volatility and a lot more trading opportunities when it comes to XRP's price action. But of course, these are just my thoughts and opinions on the data in the charts as I personally see it. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below, or join us in our free Discord server. Would love to get your thoughts and opinions on this one. If you found today's video useful or informative, smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, and don't forget to check out this video right here. It's not one you're going to want to miss.